All right, check 1 2 1 2 1 2. Check 1 2. All right, this is a mic check. I gotta see if I'm on and on and on. It's Professor Griffin, of course. All right, y'all already know this is Sirius Mindz RNTV, and sporadically I'm on, but I'm on now. Queen Hilton was good. All right, just wait for some people to come on through. All right, Ron S. Chris Vesey, what's up? Peace. Special edition tonight. Got a few things to discuss. All right, just gonna wait for this thing to get populated. In the meantime, between time. All right. Let me see. Ba-da-da-ba-ba-ba. All right, let me see. All right, check 1 2 1 2. All right, this is Professor Griff, and tonight we're going to be discussing Three to God Way. We're going to be discussing high infinite power healing our people. I'm just waiting on I'm not even going to call them guests. These two brothers, we decided to link up, and we decided to truly implement higher infinite power healing our people, which is the acronym for hip hop, given to us by Minister Swerver from the Temple of Hip Hop. So we decided to just kind of activate this high infinite power, and three brothers came together from three iconic hip hop groups. All right, Paradise Gray from X Clan, Minister Server from the Temple of Hip Hop, and yours truly, Professor Griff from Public Enemy. All right, so we came together to discuss a myriad of subjects, not only here tonight on here, but throughout the country. We got to set something in motion to raise the bar once again in hip hop. You understand all the beats that are happening, and once again, it's a vicious cycle coming back around again. The beats are starting all over again. So what comes next? Then the violence is going to start. The women are going to feel unprotected. So the women are going to go for themselves. And we're going to get the same vicious cycle all over again, over and over and over and over again. All right. So as we begin to kind of dive into this subject, we just kind of need everybody to just, put on your thinking cap, put on your spiritual thinking cap. All right. And just try to join us in this discussion when we open it up. All right. So in the meantime, in between time, waiting on Paradise Gray from X Clan, and I'm definitely waiting for my man Server. I think Server's on. Hold on. I'm gonna add you to the stage. Minister Server, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yep, can hear you loud and clear.
Transmitting live from the planet Earth.
All right, I hear you. All right, so we're just gonna wait on Paradise Gray, but in the meantime, let the people know who you are. All right, and what's your involvement in this high infinite power healing our people presented to the world via Three to God Way.
True indeed. I am Minister Server, also known as the dopest hip hop grandpa. You know what I'm saying? I am the former spiritual advisor of KRS-One, the national organizer with the Temple of Hip Hop movement. The former district manager for the Universal Zulu Nation for the state of Georgia. I'm on the advisory board for the Hip Hop Museum up in the Bronx. I'm currently residing in Atlanta, Georgia. Well, I've been here for 35 years, actually, in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm the founder and spiritual director of High Infinite Power, Healing Our People Ministries, Hip Hop Ministries. I'm also the founder of Hip Hop Bridge Builders, which is the more secular work of the part we do. In fact, the term High Infinite Power, Healing Our People, I tell people, when I was working with KRS-One, there's a lot of different acronyms that we used through the Temple of Hip Hop. her infinite power helps oppress people, wholly integrated people, have an omniscient power. There are a lot of different acronyms. But when I stopped working with KRS, when I resigned in like late 2005, 2006, and was coming to Atlanta, I wanted to make sure that I was serving the people for the original reason why I went to ministry school, which is to make sure that people had an open-ended way to learn spiritually. So when I was in my meditation and prayer, thinking like, okay, so what is hip hop ministry actually going to be? And Spirit whispered into me, higher infinite power, healing our people. That's what hip hop really is. So I tell people, when that was whispered to me in 2005, and I said it out loud, it just made sense. And when I say it to people, anyone that connects themselves to hip hop culture, when you hear the acronym higher infinite power, healing our people, if you connect spiritually, immediately you connect with it. And for me, being an actual minister, a hip hop minister, hip hop, I don't claim any religion. I respect everybody's spiritual path. But when I was in ministry school, I was very specific on how I was going to serve the Atlanta hip hop community. Now, KRS said, God told him something else, which made him hire me. But for me, higher infinite power, healing our people. When you look at all the stuff that hip hop has done in less than 50 years, without a plan, without with limited resources, with absolutely no force, when you see the different manifestations, it's easy to see higher infinite powers healing our people. So with this Three to God way, man, I'm just honored to be here with my brothers. The legendary Professor Griff, holding down the institution of Public Enemy, the legendary Paradise Gray, holding down the institution of X-Clan, as well as being the chief curator for the Hip Hop Museum. And for me, I'm honored to be a part of this. I think with all of us being elders and having different experiences in hip hop, I think it's going to be a great way for us to reconnect those that have been disconnected and connect those that don't understand hip hop beyond entertainment. So that's what I pray I'm bringing to this Three to God way.
All right. Shout out to this sister Quan. This is always on point, man. Sometimes she's swinging the jungle on some daggone ropes and what do you call those things, man, that you can get on and just zigzag through the jungle, whatever. But anyway,
the zip lines.
Right. So the next time you see her, she's on somebody's podcast, kind of lending her energy in the back room, but she always shows up when she needs to show up. So shout out to Quan S. Shout out to Ross Kofi.
Ross Kofi, salute.
Ross Kofi's in the building. Ross Kofi is he did an interview with me, man, and when I first dropped my book, You Are the Song That You Sing, that interviewed me, and I think he sent me parts of the interview, whatever. I put it out. People was like, where can I hear the whole thing, man? I never got a chance to get it and put it out so people could hear the full interview, man. But Ross Kofi, definitely a good brother. He's consistent, man.
Yeah,
he's consistent with his feet and his hands in the dirt. You understand what I'm saying? Making it happen on the farming tip, and definitely being a voice through that medium that we call radio.
Yeah, man. And Ross Kofi is a true hip hop renaissance man. He does so many different things in hip hop, man. I did an interview with him over at the Shamba a couple of years back. I don't know, a couple of years back. But big up to Ross Kofi and all his great works for our people in our community.
Okay. So Quan says she was ziplining through Costa Rica.
Ziplining, yeah.
Bruh. I thought she ziplined all the way from Dallas to Costa Rica, man. I don't know. Yeah. Vaughn A. Muhammad, peace, man. Now Vaughn know I'm about to put him on blast, but Vaughn Vaughn was the first person that I approached when we first talked. Me, you, and Paradise first talked. Vaughn was the first person because I bumped into him in a restaurant. I said, "Why don't you be the first one to interview us?" I ain't never heard back from Vaughn.
Oh, Vaughn was, and you know what? I was down with Vaughn when he taped his 100th show for the DJ Rockwell show. I was down there rock with him. I didn't know that he fronted on the Three to God way.
Yeah, he fronted on the Three to God way. He was the first one.
Yeah, come on, brother Vaughn.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
Tell him what we used to do to beat biters, man. Nah, we love the brother. He know that. I'm just
No
clowning
doubt.
with him.
Dope show, man.
But
Hey,
Vaughn, you
he
missed
just
an
had a show.
opportunity, man.
Yeah, he just had a dope show the other night with the Kendrick
Oh
Drake.
no, yeah, he had a couple of dope shows. All his shows are dope, but there was one recently I saw with Wesley Muhammad, Dr. Wesley Muhammad.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah,
yeah,
Wesley Muhammad. Yeah,
that was on point, man. Definitely. Yeah. So did you talk to Paradise, man? Because I sent all the information out.
No, I'll text him now.
You want to mute yourself? You want to mute yourself and call him?
Yeah. Let me do that.
In the meantime, between time, in case people are trying to figure out what this is higher infinite power. All right, this is Three to God way. Myself, Professor Griff, Minister Server, and Paradise Gray are coming together. We're going to do some events, and these are going to be some different kind of events. Some aspects of it you might know, and some you might not know. All three of us are collectors. All three of us has hip hop memorabilia that we're going to put on display. All three of us are well-versed speakers when it comes to hip hop. So we're going to speak for a few minutes, and then we're going to bring it all down and hear from you, the audience. You understand what I'm saying? We're going to do a Q&A, and then we're going to go chill, and we get something to eat. We're going to come on back later on that night, and all three of us are going to DJ 3 separate DJ sets from myself, Professor Griff, Minister Server, and Paradise Gray. Now, I'm not sure if y'all know, Paradise Gray is legally blind, but he can see. He has inner vision. He's been hanging out with Stevie Wonder. You understand what I'm saying? So, all three of us are going to do a DJ set, and we're going to take this around the country. All right. Yeah, word, Quan. It's going to be critical because we're going to be able to invite young artists from around the country to come do their thing. Even a young DJ. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because we want to be able to hear from the people. You understand? This is not going to be your boring, long, drawn-out lectures. We're not here to preach to anybody.
Definitely not.
This is going to be fly.
Yeah, and just to add on, Griff, we definitely want to have it where it's interactive in each city that we go to. We definitely want to pull for the local artists that are there, the artists that are based in that city. Because again, the whole thing that we're looking to do, as I said, is to reconnect some of those, like Griff and I were talking the other day, there's a number of our peers, meaning that 40 and older, that who they are as people, as the productive, positive people that they are in the world, is because of hip hop culture, right? But because of the way that the mainstream rap music has sounded for the past maybe decade or so, they don't really identify with hip hop culture. And that's a problem. So what we're going to do with this Three to God way is to kind of reintroduce the culture to our peer group and introduce it to younger ones. So, I tell young people all the time, we are multi-generational. As I said at the beginning, I'm, the dopest hip hop grandpa. There's a bunch of hip hop grandpas and grandmas. So we have to make sure that we connect y'all with the culture. It's not about, trying to make you a rapper or a DJ, any of that. As we were saying, rap is just something you do. Hip hop is the culture that we live. So I'm looking forward to having these conversations, having some input. It's definitely going to be interactive. That's probably Dice now. Hold on.
So we definitely going to have some white canvas set up so we can hand some Sharpies out so we can get our graffiti on. And we definitely going to have a breakdance session where people can come and get down. We got to reestablish the 4 fundamental elements of hip hop, synthesized by the 5th element, which that's what we're bringing. But we want to see the 4 fundamental elements of hip hop instituted every city. Yeah.
Did you email the link or you texted to them?
Both. I emailed it and texted.
What email address?
It was I think it was just Paradise Gray. I sent it to. Hold on.
He's checking it now. Hold on.
All right, cool.
No.
Paradise Gray at Gmail. That's it.
Paradise Gray at Gmail.
Yeah.
It's Paradise Gray at iCloud.com.
All right. Hold on. I'm gonna send it back out to him.
He gonna send it to you now. Did you text it to us as well?
Yeah, I texted also.
Who you texted to? Yeah, he texted as well. All right, cool. But he's gonna send it on email as well.
He said at iCloud.
Yeah, iCloud. All right, cool. Okay, well, he got the iCloud going. Yeah.
Damn, I just sent it.
I think they blocking Griff because Griff was trying to send me a text that I ain't get.
Yo, you were sitting right in front of me the other night.
I'm trying to tell you. All right, all right. So check the iCloud. Now, you know what? Not to get into no conspiracy theories, y'all, but what we have to realize, and this is serious talk, there are always going to be enemies of the people.
Yeah.
There are always going to be enemies that come to serve the people. And yet, to quote the great philosopher Bernie Mac, we ain't scared of them motherfuckers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We ain't scared of them motherfuckers. We represent the gods that we walk the earth as. Our ancestors already did the hard work. All we got to do is tag on, but we can't think that the enemy is going to just make it hunky-dory. Nah, they're going to do all that they can to distract us. You know, all the tactics that the enemy has used from the beginning of time, they still use now, only more advanced technology-wise. Which is another reason why we're doing these the God way in person as opposed to doing it online. There may be some things online, but there's nothing like being in person, exchanging that real energy, particularly when you're talking about, you know, higher infinite power healing our people.
Right. And let me say this also. I need to give a disclaimer, and I failed to mention it in our meeting today. This has and has not anything to do with them three other brothers. No. We love them three other brothers. We love KRS-One. We love Jay. Brother Jay. You understand what I'm saying? And Chuck D gets his just due. You understand what I'm saying? That's this is no shot at them. Not at all. This is not anything that we decided to do in spite of them or whatever people have been coming up with. You understand what I'm saying? This is something that we want to do because whether we was the minister or whether we was the architect or whether we provided the security or whatever we did or information, we had pivotal roles in these three iconic groups. You understand what I'm saying? And we decided to get together to press the reset button to not only remind them, but us and the rest of our community what needs to be happening right now with these beefs going on and what's going on in the world and how we're letting children take hip hop and do what they want to with it. Not on my watch. Not on my watch either, bro. And to add on to that, you know, those institutions, we talk about Public Enemy is an institution. It's bigger than any one person. You see what I'm saying? X-Clan, the Hip Hop Museum is bigger than any one person. The Temple of Hip Hop is a movement. It's bigger than any one person. So again, it's no slight on any person. You know, in fact, one of the things that we're going to talk about often, you're going to hear me saying, principles over personality. Principles over personality. This is not about any personalities. Again, this is not a play thing for me. I tell people all the time, I have actual children, actual grandchildren. These are the life strategies that we use to allow our children for self-identification, self-improvement, self-empowerment, but these are positive social change. This is not a play rap thing. Let me just say that. Right. Paradise Gray.
Yo,
man.
Hip Hop Parade.
All right.
Hip Hop Parade, brother.
All right, so,
yeah.
All right, so listen, this has been a long time coming. Of course, you already know I bump in the server every now and then, but I had to make a special trip to Pittsburgh to go see this man right here. Did you know that server?
No, I didn't know that. I saw the picture.
I went all the way to Pittsburgh, man. I said, bro, we doing this. Let's go. He said, man, I'm way ahead of you. He took me downstairs to the studio and showed me the ones and twos. He showed me the controller. I said, oh, he's already ready. Then I had to come back to Atlanta to get with you, server. Then we got on the call together and said, let's do it. So server's been cooking it up in my studio on the ones and twos, but Paradise already been there, server. We late.
I'm saying.
So Paradise, talk to the people. Let them know what you bring to the table.
Yo, what up, y'all? Higher infinite power healing our people. But
That's
physician, heal thyself. You know what I'm saying? We have to just really tap in to the essence of what hip hop is. You know, because there really is no such thing as hip hop. Hip hop is the ancient, unified cultural experience of Afro-Indigenous peoples. You know? there is no element of hip hop that is brand new.
Word.
Every element of hip hop comes from the beginning. When the man learned to walk, he learned to dance. When man learned to talk, he learned to sing. And when he sang, he rapped. You know what I'm saying? And the original DJ played the djembe, you know? And from these rhythms that have been sampled over and over throughout time, throughout our culture, we give birth and rebirth to something that has no name and no vibration until young people grab it and name it and carry on the work of their ancestors. And that's what we have done. And that's what it is for us to do. You know what I'm saying? To keep putting more than one element together. Hip hop beyond rap music. Hip hop beyond shaking your butt and dancing. Ain't nothing wrong with shaking your butt and dancing. I love to dance. I practice all the original 5 elements of hip hop. The DJ, the rapper, the b-boy, the artist, you know, and the 5th element, knowledge, which is why I'm so proud to come together with my good brothers, Professor Griff and Minister Server, under the umbrella of the 5th element to bring forth knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Not that we know more than you or we know something better than you, but we know something that has helped us survive and help us strive to try to become better every day. And we want to share these things and use this to heal not just our own physical bodies, but our mind, our body, our soul, our own families, our own friends, and our own communities.
All right. Let the people know what was your role in X Clan, and then Server, let people know what was your role in the Temple of Hip Hop.
Well, in X Clan, they called me the Grand Architect Practitioner Paradise, aka Paradise the Architect. I was the one who was running the Latin Quarter during the golden era of hip hop. When I met Professor X and Sugar Shaft at Latin Quarters, and they started hanging with me, and because of the times, we were going through an incredible time in New York City. Yusuf Hawkins was murdered. Nelson Mandela was still in apartheid jail. You know what I'm saying? It was really bad in New York City. And there was a lot of violence going on in the streets. And Professor X, who is the son of Sonny Carson, of the Education of Sonny Carson fame, he came to me and he said, Paradise, he said, man, if we could bring the kind of energy that y'all have at the Latin Quarter with this hip hop music, if we could bring that energy to my father's movement, man, we could really make a difference. I was like, really? So he took me to meet his father, Sonny Carson, and Sonny Carson took me and his son under his wing, and with the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the Council of Elders that they formed for us, we formed the Black Watch movement. And Sugar Shaft soon introduced Brother J to me. Sugar Shaft and Brother J were like 16, 17 years old at the time. And, you know, I was running the Latin Quarters. We had the golden era of hip hop on lock. And we started doing meetings at the Latin Quarters called the Meetings of the Mind. And all the conscious people in New York who were artists who were coming to the LQ, you know, Chuck used to come through, Chris, Scott LaRock, Ultramagnetic, Stetsasonic, Just Ice, King Sun, Tribe Called Quest, De La Soul, the Jungle Brothers, Queen Latifah, MC Light. And we started doing lessons and stuff in the club on after the, you know, during the week. We would open up and do these meetings of the minds. And we were teaching each other about what was going on with apartheid, what was going on in New York City. And from there, when the club closed down, we gave birth to the Black Watch movement, which wound up giving birth to the X Clan, ISIS, Queen Mother Rage, amongst others.
Okay. So now I think Minister Server, what was your role real quick in the Temple of Hip Hop?
You know, my role was the national organizer. You know, for people that don't know, the Temple of Hip Hop is the first hip hop spiritual movement directly. When KRS started the Temple of Hip Hop, KRS-One, Professor Z's Way, and Sir Malik started Temple Hip Hop in 1996 as a spiritual movement after the I am hip hop consciousness. You know, we're not doing hip hop, we are hip hop. So, you know, I was in my Big Up to Nation Time Syndicate, you know what I'm saying, which is my foundation. I was in my last year in ministry school at the Barbara King School of Ministry, part of Hillside International Truth Center. We brought KRS-One down for a youth conference to be the keynote speaker. KRS asked could he meet with me privately, and when he met me privately, he said, and I quote directly, "Server, I've been looking for you for 10 years. You know, I'm like, KRS-One, how you been looking for me?" He was like, "Yo, God told me that my minister was in Atlanta, minister for the move was in Atlanta. You're not just the minister for hip hop in Atlanta, you're the international minister for hip hop culture." I'm like, I don't even know what that means. It sounds good. Let's see what it is. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So literally about a week before I actually graduated from ministry school, I took my first official assignment with the Temple of Hip Hop, which was in June of 2003. And my first assignment was at the Hot 97 Summer Jam, 2003, which was the year after the Nas Jay-Z controversy. And Nas invited KRS-One up so they could do the Bridge Wars over, where Nas did the Bridge, KRS did South Bronx, Nas did Kill That Noise, and KRS did The Bridge Is Over. So it was a phenomenal thing. So that was my first actual intro to the Temple Hip Hop. Came back, graduated from ministry school. A week later, hit the road with KRS-One. And my role, and I like to tell people this, I was 38 years old, married with 6 children, when KRS-One hired me because he said God told him to. Let me just let that marinate for a minute. 38 years old, married with 6 children, meaning that I've never been running around playing hip hop, trying to be down. That's not, you know, I was MC Dave T in Atlantic City in high school. I was DJ server in college. When I came to Atlanta, got with Nation Time Syndicate and began to do the work of hip hop beyond entertainment. You know what I'm saying? God in his infinite wisdom, you know, tapped KRS-One. KRS-One hired me. You know, even when running around with KRS-One, ended up being his hype man, ended up being his DJ on a tour. I did everything that needed to be done. So the people that came behind me, I wasn't asking them to do anything that I didn't already do. You know what I'm saying? So for the next 2.5 years, that was my role to organize the Temple Hip Hop mass movement, which is Ministry, Archive, School, Society, outside of KRS-One. People love KRS-One, but as I said earlier, you can't get caught up in personalities. You know what I'm saying? All of us have personality, we have human frailties and character flaws. But if you abide in principles, then you can move forward in that. And for me, as I tell people, you know, I was actually in my 3rd year in ministry school. So I already knew what I was going to do. I just thought it was going to be for Atlanta. But God said, no, I'm going to give you the world. And let me just say this last thing. Everything KRS-One said that God told him about my path has manifested itself and then some. So big up to the teacher for being obedient and hiring me, you know, to do the work that will allow me to do the ongoing work that I've done in the international. I've been doing international hip hop since 2007. So, you know, big up to that. Even though I resigned from the Temple Hip Hop in 2006, returned to Atlanta, because I didn't want to get caught up in the Batman Robin thing with KRS. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like you only see Minister Server, you see KRS. That wasn't going to work for me and the work that God asked me to do. So, you know, that's the work that I'm still doing, is the work that I made a commitment to do. Like I said, when I was in ministry school, to serve the hip hop community beyond entertainment, beyond religion. Your religion is none of my business, but if your creator is a higher infinite power healing our people, then we can chop it up.
Okay. And I think people already know my history coming in.
Break it down anyway, brother. Break it down anyway.
I think the 2 things that y'all failed to mention, which I'm going to say on the top, all right, was the fact that y'all were DJs before.
Oh, that goes without saying, baby. I've been a DJ since I was 7 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, I grew up in the Bronxdale projects, and I used to be Disco King Mario's record boy. And for the record, the first year that Bambaataa DJ'd, he DJ'd on Disco King Mario's set. So don't let the disco and Disco King fool you.
Don't let it fool you.
Pop.
Word.
Okay.
And like I said,
right,
I was MC Dave T in high school and DJ server in college. So before I was minister server, I was DJ server. So I still do vinyl only sets. In fact, During that same week before the Saturday joint, I'll be doing a Wednesday during Hip Hop Appreciation Week. I'll be at Ernie's in the Cut for those that are in Atlanta. I'll be doing Ernie's in the Cut 7 to 10 vinyl only set, and that's on the 15th of May.
Okay,
So,
cool.
You know what? I should do some here in Pittsburgh on the 15th too. And we set it off Hip Hop Appreciation Week on the right way.
Right. So I think you're looking at 3 brothers that are still active in hip hop, still active in the community, in the greater community. You understand what I'm saying? So I came in, of course, I had the Unity Force, and I was already DJ Griff. So I had the Unity Force thing popping. You understand what I'm saying? And myself, Chuck, Hank, Keith, KG, I think it was Jerry J, and Dre. We had we was doing the shows around, around Long Island. We had the Korean ballroom popping, on Long Island. We used to do security. Every now and then I would DJ at a couple of other spaces, but we had Spectrum City. And in Spectrum City, I was DJ Griff, right? Shout out to Wizard KG. So when it popped off and the Public Enemy thing popped off, of course, Terminator X, salute to Terminator X, he took his rightful place as the DJ in Public Enemy. I took my rightful place as the Minister of Information and the leader of the S1Ws, plus choreographing stuff, and I was the road manager. So our roles kind of, coincide with one another. You understand what I'm saying? And what we were doing. I organized the S1Ws to be a security force, and we was going to set up chapters around the country until, my legs got cut out from under me. But we was giving birth to that mindset everywhere we went. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
we
sir.
was pointing cats to Black student unions and Nation of Islam and 5% Nation of Gods and Earth. You had to be in an organization doing something for the community.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? So it was the organizing aspect that I think all 3 of us understand and still understand, and we were doing it and still are doing it. It's the musical aspect of it, the DJ thing that we did, and we were circling back around to do it again. But we had to take a back seat to 3 other gentlemen and support them in what they were doing to make sure it popped off the way it needed to pop off. And X-Clan popped it off. Your Boogie Down Production popped it off, and of course Public Enemy popped it off. You understand what I'm saying? And that's the beautiful thing about us coming together and getting together, hitting the reset button and moving this thing forward to further have the conversations, to further set up the exhibits, to further do the Q&A, and then to further spin at night some of those songs that we probably forgot. You know, we forgot Just Begun. You know, by
no, we didn't.
We forgot we used to break dance to that. You understand what I'm saying?
Say,
One of
we
us
didn't
need to bring
forget. They may have forgot, right?
Huh?
Exactly. They, we will never forget. And like I said, once again, we will reconnect hip hop to its ancestral vibes. And we will celebrate James Brown, George Clinton, Sly and the Family Stone, the Stax Votes collection, the Motown sound, the Philly sound. And we will revitalize the rhythms and vibrations of our ancestors that they try to stop us from sampling. Because all they want us to do hit a kick and a snare. They don't want us to have a vibration. They don't want us to inspire our children. But guess what? Who cares what they want? They ain't never moved me,
True indeed. Right. True indeed.
Yeah, we're going to do what we want and what we need. And we're going to hold up a clean glass of water. And we're not going to preach at nobody. If you want to drink the dirty glass of water, have a go.
True indeed.
Right. So I think, we need to serve notice. We got to get off here in a minute, but we need to serve notice that we're not coming to play. This is going to be a beautiful experience. We're going to have some fun. We're going to do the thing, but we're letting people know straight up. We're going to hit the reset button in hip hop. And whoever don't get it right, we got to talk.
Bing
Plain
bong.
simple, man.
Yeah, I mean, because, what I'm challenging, particularly those of us that are over 40, I'm challenging us to make it about our children and our grandchildren to inspire us. We've had a time, the way that we experience hip hop, no one will ever experience it the way that we experience it, because we experienced it from the genesis in this modern incarnation. But a lot of us, we've allowed the entertainment to teach our children more about hip hop than we're teaching.
Right.
And that's just not acceptable. You know, that's something that we're not going to do. I'm not saying
Yep.
do what I do, but I'm saying we have to make sure that, you know, again, we were given hip hop as a gift. As Paradise said, there's nothing new that's happening in hip hop. And yet, you know, spiritually, we have to think about those of us that were born at 1960 to 1980, roughly, generation. That was a turbulent time in the world, but particularly in the United States of America. So for those that are born in that time, we are some of the chosen people, those that do the choosing. So Three to Godway is going to reignite that energy for that. And it's always going to be, as the essence is always going to be peace, unity, love, and safely having fun at the same time.
And no one else's expense.
At no one else's expense, exactly.
Right. So I think we're the three.
That's the
We're the
safety
three.
part.
We're the three that have to do it. There's no other people that had our positions in those three iconic groups. We have to do it. You understand what I'm saying? And what we're asking the people, this is going to be a people's movement, man. So everywhere we go, we want to touch the people. All right.
Yep.
So we go to Dallas, we're going to find who are those artists in Dallas, who are those DJs in Dallas, who are those breakers, who are those graffiti artists, and we calling them in. Now listen, sisters, we're going to need y'all support. You understand what I'm saying? There was B-girls as well as B-boys, but the B-girls didn't get to play. You understand what I'm saying? There was women graffiti artists. All right, and if you see some of the artists now grew out of that experience. You understand what I'm saying? There are female DJs to this day that I know.
Yep.
That came out of that experience. So everywhere we go, we want to ignite the people, starting with us three to God way.
Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna say that I want to be Jim Kelly, but I got Griff on my team. Griff get that honorary Jim Kelly. I'll be you know, my homeboy with the big guns. I could do that. I'm a running back too. Yeah. I could be Jim Brown.
What was the name of the film?
Three the Hard Way.
Three the Hard Way, right?
Three the Hard Way.
Yeah.
And so
Jim Brown.
So
a server that make you Fred Williamson, the Hammer.
I'm gonna be the Hammer, extra fly. You know what I'm saying? Keep it in. You know what I'm saying? Like the Fred.
Go Hammer, go.
Yeah. The other Hammer.
Yeah.
The other Hammer.
Right.
Yeah.
So listen.
Hey, shout out to the Hammer, because people don't know how dope the Hammer really is as a human being. You know, and as a real person. Hammer's a real G. Love you, Hammer.
No doubt. Big up.
So listen, let me just reiterate this before we get off of here. We're setting up an exhibit because we got to show young people that we have to be the ones to collect our own art and speak about each piece that's on that table, because that is our history. That's our connection. Shout out to Khaled El Hakim from the Black History 101 Museum and all those collectors that are out there. All right. Number two, we have to get on stage and we have to speak to our people. Number three, we need to do a Q&A because we need to hear from you. All right. Number four, we need to come back a little bit later on that night, whether it's whatever venue it is, and we need to get ahead and let it loose on the ones and twos, because we need to let the people hear those sacred sounds that gave birth to us, and we grew up in those sacred sounds, and we have to be able to pass that on. So we invite the people to come. So when you hear High Infinite Power, Healing Our People, Three to God Way, come on out and support the cause. You understand? If you know somebody right now that's sitting on a few $1 million that they ain't do nothing with, tell them to contact Paradise or Server so we can get this sponsorship on, so we can travel around the country and make it happen. All right?
Yeah. No doubt.
Any last words, good bro? Any last words?
Man, I'm just excited.
Other than May 18th. May 18th.
May 18th in Atlanta, Georgia, at the Omenala Afrocentric Griot Museum. I'm excited to be with these two iconic brothers. I'm honored, you know what I'm saying, that they allowed me. As I tell people, I represent the every man in hip hop. If Server can activate it and make it real, then anyone can. You don't have to be a icon like Paradise Gray or Professor Griff. You can be a regular brother like Minister Server and make it happen as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I'm gonna leave that up to y'all too.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, people on pedestals are easy to topple. I need Nathan.
All right, so listen, May 18th, if y'all in the ATL, Malcolm X Festival is going to go down. Come to our after set. All three of us are spinning that night. We're doing a very iconic, very critical, monumental interview that night. We're gonna build this pitch deck, get it out to the people. If you know anybody that would like to bring us to your city, please contact
especially the colleges.
What'd you say?
Especially the colleges. If you have any connection to the colleges as well.
Man, forget the colleges. Bring us to the streets. Bring us to the church. Bring us to the mosque. Bring us to the synagogue. Bring us on the corner. We'll be there.
That's right.
Right. If you know anybody with a big enough living room, tell them to contact us. We'll be there.
Yeah.
All right. Love you all to life, good bro. I need a quote.
Looking forward.
I need a quote. I need a quote before we get off here from each one of y'all. What's your mission statement? Mine sounds like this. I'm a soul in search of souls that are like mine. Once again, I'm a soul in search of souls that are like mine. And I think I found them too right here. All right.
And me, I'm just passing through on my way to Australia, just passing through this universe, looking for the beings that got dropped off by my mothership in this planetary system. I'm looking for a ragtag group of rebels to help me take on the evil empire.
That's me.
True indeed, true indeed. And me, I am transmitting live from the planet Earth as a celestial being server. I came here specifically as a higher infinite power, healing our people to serve our community. True indeed.
Shout out to Sean Carter. Thank you very much, Quan, for all that you do. You're definitely going to be a part of this. Ross Kofi, big up. We got to do an interview with you. And anyone out there with podcasts, whether it's Black Dot, Brother Rich, whoever, we got to get on this podcast and let people know.
And let me send a shout out to my brother Ross. Shout out to my brother Ross Ben, Ross Naeem, and shout out to Red and Blue Pill, and also my brother M1. We getting ready to do some big things.
Right. All right. Salute, fam. Salute.
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 All right.
Peace.
All right. Peace.